some of the best songs for me from like the Circle overshadow like most of the post-2000 catalogue from, you know, like even Crush or whatever, like, you know, Love's the Only Rule, Broken Promised Land, Dawn on My Side, Superman Tonight are all quality.
Here's one for you, just a quick one. My mate, he said to me about a song off Crush, Two Story Town. He really likes that song, and he thinks it's one of the better songs of like post-2000. Now, I'm not a fan of it really. I think like the sort of choruses are a bit weak.
Yeah.
I think the verses are decent. What's your opinion on Two Story Town? Are you a fan? Do you like it? Do you think it's decent?
The only reason, right, so again, fucking pointless story, but 2000 was the time I was becoming like a fan, and I never bought Crush. My brother had it, he was a massive fan at the time, and I remember walking into his room and Two Story Town was playing, and he was getting ready for going out somewhere or something, and John swore on it, and I was like, he's just sworn. He was like,
the same old shit.
Like, yeah, and the scene, he was like, yeah, like, yes, and I was like, that's not right, Dad, you know, you shouldn't be doing that.
I like it.
Honestly, yeah. And ever since then I love it, and every time I hear that, I can see, like, don't get me wrong, it's not in my top probably 100 Bon Jovi songs.
Yeah, I said the same, it's not
but
in the top 100.
It's not a...
I don't dislike it, it's decent,
it's not a bad song,
no.
but I can see why it's not a, you know, a top classic for anyone.
No, it's not. It's a good song. It's no more. It's just a good song.
Again, it's kind of different though, and that's, I mean, I'll take it. See, my dad's a massive Bowie fan, and he loves the different sound, because obviously Bowie was different throughout his whole career, and I get that. But he always says, you know, it's good when they're different, and I'm like, okay, it is, but I want Bon Jovi to be what they were. I want them to be a rock band. I don't want them to go country. I don't want them to go pop. I don't want them to. I want them to release a rock album again. Do you know what I mean?
That's you know, if I could choose, ideally it'd be like a guitar driven, you know, heavy rock album with like decent vocals, and like, I don't think we're gonna get that, to be honest.
I don't. Another question I'm gonna ask, actually, which like I touched on Twitter. So I'm quite a big Robbie Williams fan. But for me, him and John, like, as frontmen, I know Robbie's not everyone's taste, but the energy he puts into his shows, it's like he never has a bad night. Vocally's not great, but as a frontman, he's flawless. And he's done like a couple of shows. He's done Hyde Park the other week, and I watched one. He calls like Floggy Williams, so it's a vlog on YouTube, and it goes backstage. And obviously we've had some of them, the Bon Jovi ones, where they're a minute and a half long or whatever else. Watching the Robbie Williams one, I was like, why aren't Bon Jovi doing this?
No.
And I put that on Twitter, and I got responses like, you know, John's very private. And I was like, yeah, okay. You know, John doesn't want cameras following. I was like, that's a lie. You know, he's in the limelight. Of course he does. You know, he doesn't use social media. Like, Robbie doesn't have to do anything. Robbie Williams has to do absolutely nothing. It's literally some guy in a dressing room, or, you know, in the car. 10 seconds, you know, something. He's playing like card tricks. That's kind of what you want to see. You want to see, you know, what, like, as daft as it sounds, the band always say, oh, we have like chicken soup or something before the show. Okay, well, let's see like 10-15 seconds of he's having a laugh.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to see photos of Dublin or Anfield, like, as much as a Liverpool fan. Like, the video, everyone was like, oh, it's great to see the city. I was like, no, because I could go down to the fucking docks if I wanted to and see it myself. I don't want to see that. I want to see the band interact, and I want to see, like, okay, yeah, the birthday song was shit, and seeing them rehearse, it was doing me head in, but it was good to see that snippet of them backstage rehearsing something. Do you know what I mean? Robbie's playing card tricks on everyone, or, you know, like, having a laugh. You know, he's backstage doing a vocal warm-up. You want to see John do that. Or you know what, if John's private, okay, let's see Phil X have a little little go of his guitar, or, you know, Tico warming up on the chair like he used to, you know, like with the drum or whatever, or Everett, you know, having a laugh.
Something different, no, you're right. Like, even just like rehearsal footage, or like, you know, Phil making the mistake on guitar, or asking someone for advice, or whatever it might be, something you're not seeing every day. Like you said, John doesn't need to be in every shot.
No, of course not. And I mean, I sent you the email that I got the other day, and it was like, you know, he's never going to do a film about himself. I was like,
I'm not asking for that.
Yeah, like, you know what? Like, I'm not It's not.
Also, private life is not public life.
Exactly, yeah.
He's in a band, he's in a public band.
Exactly,
We're not asking to see about his kids or what he's like, for tea at home or
no, not
you
at
know,
all.
anything like that when he goes shopping with the family.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with that.
No.
This is band related.
Yeah. I said if, 2 minutes of that 10-minute video, so Robbie's usually at 10, let's say between 10 and 15 minutes on an average. So say it's 10 minutes, if John was in it for 2 minutes, that's 20% worth. The rest of everyone else, that's not a great deal. So I would be happy with that, because John, like I said, as much as I like John and that, I want to see everyone else. I want to see Phil being daft, I want to see Tico warming up, or if they're going to show people walking, if they're going to show like the Albert Dock, show the band walking past the Albert Dock, or pointing at the Beatles, or whatever, do you know what I mean, or eating food, like whatever, like day-to-day stuff.
Stuff like, that's similar to what Access All is, isn't it? It's sort of like, it's not the glossy video shoots and like all the high production stuff. It's just behind the scenes and people off stage and like rehearsing and eating the meals together and whatever it might be. It's not rehearsed. It's off the cuff, isn't it? And that's interesting to fans. Exactly, you don't see it all the time.
No, not at all.
And it's not going to cost them a penny because they're recording half the thing anyway.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And people are saying, it's that's the way they use it. It's lazy because
I think it is,
like I've always said the band are a little bit behind on technology anyway. And John's the last person to use social media, whatever crap. But he literally has got nothing to do because it's going about his day-to-day life. Robbie on the videos saying the odd things to the camera, but he's not doing anything major. And what I like about it is he lets us like talk crew have a little say on stuff, or you'll see him, like backstage for a minute, pumping fists or high five and eating a tangerine, having a drink before he goes on, checking his phone, or like usually Robbie comes up like the stage from, you see him on there like preparing himself, and I'm like, I don't see any of that from John. Like that's all you need like a camera behind it. Them minute videos, don't forget them minute videos were 2 or 3 cities as well. It wasn't even just like Liverpool was a minute, Dublin, wherever, Moscow, they were in a minute, they were all 2 or 3 cities combined. It's like
that's one thing I really wish that like the band when they were at the peak in like the 90s, Keep the Faith, New Jersey, Keep the Faith, these days maybe that sort of era, Slippery. I wish the technology was available to them then that we've got now. Because there's so much that we've missed that we didn't get to see that we could have saw. And it'd have been amazing.
100%. Looking back, I mean, there's so much potential marketing for Bon Jovi as well. My mum had seen the advert 2 or 3 times. She said I had never seen it once for like the tour. I never seen it once on telly, and
I never saw it on telly. No.
And the only thing I seen around the city, which there was a lot of, was the posters or the billboards. But you know what I noticed with the posters or the billboards? There was like 3 or 4 different ones of them. Whether that was marketing for them, where they're like, okay, people have seen that poster, we'll put another one up and they've got to look at it, I don't know. But I was just kind of like, there was just no, I mean, don't get me wrong, looking back, whatever they done worked. That's actually a question I was going to ask. Did the Manic Street Preachers help in the sales much, do you think, being at a show, being at Anfield? Did you think it?
Yeah, I think they helped a little bit. I don't think it's like 50-50 or something like that. I think you're probably talking maybe like 20% as a maximum amount would be, towards like ticket sales perhaps.
Because I always remember looking at the Live Nation feed and I was like, okay, Bon Jovi supported by Manic Street Preachers, and people were going, I'll get off when Manic Street Preachers are finished.
I saw that.
And I was looking, but I was also thinking, are Bon Jovi fans even going to reply to that? Is that something that sounds daft? Is that something that do people only reply to Live Nation as like a laugh type thing? Is that a comment that you just reply?
Do you know what? There's so many musical snobs out there, and it does my head. And people who are like, to me, a good song is a good song. I don't care who sings it, who wrote it, whether the band are popular, famous, or whether they're like cheesy. I don't care. If a song's good, it's good. And I like loads of like songs that are like by unfashionable like artists or people like pop artists and stuff like that. I like it because it's a good song.
Exactly, yeah.
And so many people, it does me head in because like they're like Bon Jovi is shit and they're cheesy and all that. But you can guarantee if Living on a Prayer comes on in their car, they turn the volume up and they sing along.
100%.
It happens.
I've always said this, and I've probably said it a few times before on the podcast. What always makes me laugh is people go, Bon Jovi, don't know any of them. Living on a Prayer. Oh yeah, I like that. Or they'll say that they don't like them. Live on a Prayer, oh yeah, and then you'll play All The Way. Oh, I like that one. Bad
It's
Name.
My Life,
And they know them all and they like them, but they're just not cool, are they? Like, it's not. They're not a cool band to like. My mate always calls them Bon Jovi, but he likes, like, when I left the school, he was like, okay, I'm gonna admit it, I do quite like them, do you know what I mean? But it's not cool to say you like them, do you know what I mean? He'd never admit it to my face or while I'm there. And as I say, you know, people come in and look and go, oh my god, but it's a passion, it's more than, you know, they're more than just a band to us, and that's, I think, as we've always said, that's kind of why we are quite vocal.
I mean, if you think about when Keep the Faith come out, I was in like the last year of senior school.
I wasn't even in the room.
There you go. Nice one. But at the time, Keep the Faith came out, and Bon Jovi were trying to get airspace alongside the likes of Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Stone Temple Pilots, and these were like sort of credible bands that like all the music press loved. They were cool, they were like and hip, and Bon Jovi was shite according to like the cool kids.
Yeah.
So, and they've always had that sort of stigma attached to them, even when they, I think maybe the 80s was different, because the 80s was just cheesy start to finish, wasn't it really? Yeah. But the 90s with like Nirvana and all that, like grunge movement, it was a hard time for Bon Jovi to be a successful band, but they still were.
My dad's always worked in like music show for long, like portion of his life, worked in music shops, and then he loves Keep the Faith. It's the only album that he's ever like he listened to it all the way through and absolutely loved it. But he's never really connected with Bon Jovi. He loves It's My Life, and to be honest, again with my dad, he's never really said I hate this song. But he'll never go and see them, and he's a big music fan, do you know what I mean? But he'll never go and see them, and I always think, is that because he grew up and they weren't cool? He wasn't a massive fan, so he thought, no, I'll never go and pay and see them. Yeah. But I do quite like the music, do you know what I mean? Is so, that?
Yeah, it could be, you know, I think with Bon Jovi, it's like, they're very glossy, like the radio songs, it's very sort of like catchy 3-minute songs, but if you scratch the surface and you play someone maybe My Guitar Lies Bleeding, or Wild Is the Wind, or even Dry County, or like the album tracks, I know that was a single, but like, you know, some of the other album tracks that were ever released, it's a different side to the band. And I think a lot of people don't understand that that's what they're capable of.
Mate, 100%. And like, I always say to people, like, I always love Living on a Prayer, whatever else. But to me, like, they're not even a shadow of what the band are capable of. Yeah. And as I said, Always isn't the best song, but it's probably my favourite song. And as I said, it's because I connected and then I heard live and whatever else. But for me, like, as I said, Hey God, damn, anything from these things really, like they're totally different. Like, you wouldn't believe it was the same band.
No, you wouldn't
at all. I'm just hoping that this hasn't deleted that of the park, because I will go absolutely nuts.
Do you think it may have done?
Possibly, but
don't say that one.
Do you know what? At least the fun part's coming. So we'll play this game now. So for those who know, there's a game called Speak Out. Basically, you put these in, and in the game Speak Out, you get like a bunch of cards, and you got to try and pronounce what's on the card. So
I see. So it's not Bon Jovi related, is it not?
Well, it will be. Yeah, ours will be.
Right, okay.
So ours is just going to be. You can say a song title. I'd say song title. And we just go through it, try and do 10.
So are you saying a song title to me while it's in my mouth?
No, I'm
sorry. So
when it's in mine, I'll say it. And you've got to guess it.
That makes sense.
I'm going to just do like 10 songs or something, but it's going to be stupid. But so Speak Out usually is like a game, and you just got to try and guess what the other person's got to guess. It's pathetic, really. So this is okay. It makes you look a fool as well, by the way.
Doesn't matter, man.
I've got to think of 10 songs now.
Right,
okay. The hardest letters, in fact, I'm not even going to tell you. So that's how I'm going to look. So blood on blood.
Oh, see, blood on blood. That sounds so creepy.
It makes you real as well.
Born to be like a...
Well done. Oh, I answered anything. Oh my god.
Oh. Was it all I want is everything?
That was it. Okay, I guitar, that's even in my arse.
Oh man. My it all out, leave it in the house.
That's all. Live before you die.
Live before you die.
Oh, I'm drilling you. Save the world.
Say again.
Save the world.
Save the world.
It's the time.
What?
It's the train.
Mystery train. Oh, fucking hell.
I'm trying to do like a
How many's that?
That's 7.
What was it?
I'm in the sheets.
Wild in the sheets.
I got on. The hardest heart is night.
Hardest part is the night.
Let's see. Okay.
Novocaine.
Yes, well done.
I thought you said hurricane then, but there's no song called Hurricane, so...
Jesus Christ,
How'd
that's
you
it.
put this in, man? Let's have a look.
So, like, the other way.
Right,
So
okay.
that goes, like, yeah, like the side. Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell.
So it's like at the front of your teeth. I think, yeah, at the front. It's hard.
Ah. Right.
Yeah.
Hang on. Okay. The first song. Anyway. Come back.
Come back. So it's meant to be like at the front of your teeth. It's like here. So like, you know, no, so like this part
Well, show me.
goes like inside, you know. So it's like that, so you can still see.
I can't do it.
So I kind of like to slide it, like, through, and then there.
Ah.
I'll do one.
I fucking hurt that.
Social disease.
Oh shit, man.
God.
Why is that so hard to put in?
I just literally put it at the front.
How many times have you tried that?
So I just like,
Hang on, so it's not actually touching your teeth, is
no,
it?
no,
Ah, right,
it's
it's just
literally
your
at the
lips.
front, yeah. So it's like inside your mouth. Yes, there we
Ah.
go. Here we go.
Okay. Okay. 2-story town.
2-story town.
Yeah. I fucking hurt that. Ride, cowboy, ride.
Right, cowboy,
Yeah.
right.
Any other day.
Any other day.
That's too easy. That. I'll be there for you.
I'll be there for you.
Can I do some Richie songs?
Yeah, go on.
Okay. The answer.
The answer.
That's too easy. How many is that?
7,
7.
I think.
John song. Okay. Dying ain't much of a living.
Dying ain't much of a living.
Yeah. Okay. Good guys don't always say right.
Good guys don't always.
It's quite easy to understand, isn't it? Like,
For me. But
I think. We'll choose the rock set.
The rock set.
Yeah, the rock set. Okay. okay. The fire inside.
The fire inside.
Yeah.
Go on, do one more.
Starting over again.
Starting over. Right, no, I'm gonna mix it up.
Oh mate, that's so sore.
I'm gonna give you some song lyrics. Because I think the song titles could be easy.
I think so, yeah. That fucking wrecked.
It's hard, isn't it?
It just hurts.
Let's see.
You've done that so many times.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna say.
It's hard to think, isn't it?
Yeah. Just to remind me that I'm still there. No.
What?
Sorry. Just to remind me that I still care.
Just to remind me that I still care.
That's it.
What's the song?
Thorn in my side.
Thorn in my side.
Just
Oh shit, yeah. Good shout. Oh god.
I can still remember that when I was just a kid.
Oh yeah, Blood on Blood.
Yeah. I wanted to get out 1991.
What? You ordering a pizza?
Ordered to the ghetto 1991.
That was so clear that.
So hard.
Hey God.
Hey God. I can tell her that at least I'm trying.
Oh, I don't know. Say again.
I can tell her that at least I'm trying. I'm singing it.
I can tell the world at least I'm trying.
Yeah.
What song's that?
It's like lyrics.
Is it? What is it?
Any other day?
Oh shit, yeah, of course, one, yeah.
I do all. Okay, this is gonna have to try it out with that.
You seem to be enjoying that.
There's a CD logo.
There's a CD blowjob. What? Is this one of your own songs?
There's a hoodoo mojo.
Oh yeah.
Did I?
Yeah, there's a voodoo mojo.
I can't say
1 Wild Night.
Yeah, there you go. Bloody hell. Oh my god.
There's a CD blowjob.
John Anna's lyrics, eh?
That was crazy.
That was boss.
I can't get it. I can't get it.
It
Fucking wrecks, doesn't it?
Well,
It's meant to hurt.
yeah, well, yeah.
Can't you put like rubber on it or something to make it a bit more like palatable?
Blowjob, oh my god. Actually, that's something I'll ask you.
Go on.
I asked you this the other day. Can you think of any songs where the lyrics, you've been singing the wrong lyrics? John, to give you an example of mine.
Yeah, go on.
Okay, so for years, It's Hard Letting You Go. I think I may have said this before. But it says, the old dog don't bark like it used to.
Yeah.
And I thought the lyrics for years, and I was singing these lyrics, was, the old dog don't fart like it used to. So for years and years and years, I was singing that.
Hang on, you actually thought that was the lyric?
Yeah.
You did?
I didn't,
Question,
yeah, I just thought, well, dogs fart, so let's fart out it, do you know what I mean? Well, fair enough.
Oh, man.
Dogs got the shit on me. There's another one, I can't remember, I wrote them down, but obviously using my phone. One was on, I know one was on Undivided, about the Tears in the Ocean or something, but I used to sing the wrong lyrics. But I wrote a list down. I'll have to do this, maybe where I just tell you them, or do a podcast where I just mention them. But
see, to be honest, I've always whenever I bought an album, I've enjoyed looking at the lyric sheet and the inside of the notes and stuff like that. So I mean, there probably has been songs where I've sung it initially, but I found out what it was and I've changed it. But
I remember remember obviously reading it these days, like, because it's really, like, it's almost like it's handwritten, isn't it, but it's printed as,
Yeah,
as
that's
if,
right, yeah.
and I remember that, like, I remember when I got that album, I literally played it for hours and hours, and I remember looking at the lyric sheets, especially when I was away one year. So I didn't pick up on Dog Fart at the time, and still
It's such an out of place
honest
lyric in the song though.
About 2 or 3 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, honestly.
Oh mate, no.
Do you know what? Actually,
No.
maybe it might. No, do you know what? Even I think at the O2 show, I was still like, when he played it, I was like, that Dog's Fart. I was like, that's definitely one that I remember. Like, I just, honestly, there's so many more that I've got. I should have wrote them down. That's something.
I think that like, because you see like polls or like things like on Facebook and stuff like that, most common misheard song lyrics, and I'm sure Living on a Prayer's on there.
What for?
I'm trying to think what the lyric is, but I'm sure Prayer's on there, definitely.
My mate used to think, well, I say think, but he still sings it to this day, is Danny never sat on the wall.
That's what I mean, something similar to that, like, it's not that, but everyone thinks it's...
Even one of the girls and everything, I'll have to get her to say it, because mate, when she said it, because it came on one of the playlists when I was training them, and she started singing this lyric, and I was like, what? Yeah. It was just nothing like Tom used to work on the dock, put it that way. It was literally like, oh mate, honestly, it was baffling.
Do you know when Slippery came out? Like, 'cause I'm old enough to remember when it came out. I got confused for a little while that the fact there was a song called Shot Through the Heart on the first album.
Yeah, and
then You Give Love a Bad Name, which had that lyric in it.
Yeah, but you know what? Even if, and you can tell it's just lazy journalism on this sense, but when you see some reviews, they'll still say Shot Through the Heart
rather than Bad Name.
Yeah, it's almost as if, you know, I would go through, like, we'll type in the song lyrics or something and it'll come up. Obviously, if they type in Shot Through the Heart, Shot Through the Heart comes up as well. It's like they just type that in. There's another one that they done as well, like in all the Dublin shows, they literally copied a set list. Like the journalists, they done the review for night 2, but they done it for the songs that they were writing about was for night 1. But the photos were from night 2. It was just baffling. Like, you're just like, come on. But you'd even at the show. Exactly. Is it just something to put on paper because you got nothing? I'd be so angry. I'm just gonna say, if we've done this year, I don't even know, an hour or so of a podcast. We said we enjoyed the Anfield show. We said we liked Man of Few Features. Yeah. We said we wanted more and whatever else. That'll cover it. This has probably been the fun of how that stupid mouth thing.
That was funny.
Obviously, the question to kind of end on is, both me and you 4 months ago, in some ways in the back of my mind, as much as I love the band, part of me was thinking I'll come away from the shows thinking I can't wait for this to be over. It was totally the opposite. I didn't want it to be over, and even on the Sunday I was contemplating going to Coventry. I got offered the ticket and all kinds of stuff. No, I'll leave it. I don't want to end on it. Always Wembley towards the end was fantastic. I don't want to end on something where I'm like, God, that was poor. So I didn't go, but 4 months ago I could have been thinking I might never see these again. Definitely. What's your for me, mate, I want to tour again now. I'd go and see them tomorrow again if I could, because I just realised how much at a Bon Jovi show you kind of forget about how he is sound, and the people that I was with were just fantastic, like at every show. Would you go and see them again?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I wish in hindsight again, I wish I'd bought tickets for other shows other than Anfield. I was nervous going to Anfield, but it definitely exceeded my expectations. You know what I mean? It was a good gig. No, that's not fair. It was a great gig. It was a great gig for what it was. It's not great in terms of Wembley and the classic gigs, you know, 95 and stuff like that. But for modern day Bon Jovi, it was a great gig. I really enjoyed it. I'd definitely go again. 100%.
I said,
one more thing I would say, though, do you know what I wouldn't do? I think in hindsight again, but if there was other YouTube clips of like gigs of the same tour I was going, I wouldn't watch them. I just want to go there and just be open-minded and experience it like there and then.
I remember saying to Kev, Carly and Ollie, we had like a summer 2019 group, because obviously we'd done the full UK leg together, and I remember saying about a week or two before, and I was like, listen, at the shows, let's not be negative, even if we think it's shit at the time. Maybe reflect on it after it, but don't go, fucking hell, that was shit, or God, they're playing this again. Because I remember in 2013 we were at Slane and we were like, oh, Purple Lights, which means Dry County, and at that time it was getting a little bit stale. We kind of wanted something different, and he kind of put it down around the 2013 shows for me, which this time, when I got Lost Highway, I thought, you know what, I'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
While I'm here, I don't want it. I want Roller Coaster again, because I loved it at night too. I want Roller Coaster again, but so be it, I'm here, I may as well enjoy it, and I think that really helped me enjoy all the shows, to be honest with you, just thinking, having that positive mindset while I was there. As I said, we spoke before, which praying it's still there, but we spoke before on the negative side of stuff, and it's just being a fan. It's, as I said, it's not being, you know, we enjoy the shows, we come away saying we'll go and see them again. That can only speak.
I think some people misunderstand that, you know, if we were speaking to like a non-Bon Jovi fan, as critical as we may have been over the years or whatever, and they were saying, oh, Bon Jovi is shit, we would definitely defend them, because we know the calibre of the band, what they were capable of, the songs they've recorded, the live shows they've put out. So it wouldn't be that we just join in and say, yeah, Bon Jovi is shit. It's not about that. We're critical because we expect a lot, because the band have delivered so much, and they're such a great band. They've set they hit a level, and okay, they've dropped below that, and as fans, you know, we are critical from time to time, but that doesn't mean we don't still enjoy the band or appreciate them.
Do you know what, actually I've got a question. So you said you wish you'd done more shows than Anfield. What shows do you think you wish you'd done? Because a lot of them are similar, and a lot of people come away from Wembley like, God, John said, you know, fuck the curfew, and...
Do you know, it wouldn't be Wembley.
Yeah.
It'd be Dublin.
Would they? Which one? Both or...
Either. I wouldn't... I've never been there. I've been to Wembley, not that Wembley, but Wembley before. And I've never experienced the band outside of the UK, outside of England, I should say.
Okay, yeah.
Never. It's always been England only. I've seen the band, and I'd like to have done that, like, you know, to travel. Okay, it's only around the corner, so to speak, but yeah, I think Dublin for me. Yeah, Dublin, as I said, for me, night one was brilliant, night two was incredible, and again, as I said, because it was pissing down as well. And I've always thought, oh God, the Bon Jovi show in the rain, but John just come out, just on fire, ripped his jacket off like that, showing like an Irish. Yeah, the Irish, like one of the tops that you see in like the typical, you know, like merch and memorabilia type shop. Just that Irish and was like showing in. He was like, you know, I don't care if it's raining. And was like right at the front of the sale, and I was like, right, he's in a. So, of the gigs you saw on this recent tour, would any of the shows have made your top 5 or 10 Bon Jovi shows that you've saw?
Like that I've seen personally.
Yeah.
I've seen 12 altogether. Dublin night 2 in Wembley, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Wembley, I wanted more, don't get me wrong. It wasn't the same. You come away going, fucking hell, like, nothing different. I never heard nothing different at that show apart from Always, which was amazing. But we had such a good time at that show. We were just dancing. You've seen a couple of videos on Instagram. I was just literally dancing. I was sweating after it, dancing all night. Like, Ollie was like pissed before the shows. And he's like 6'6", he's just a massive beast. So like me and him were just dancing all night, and it was just and I said that was kind of one where I wish I'd done in Anfield, where I looked round, and I constantly looked round it, and everyone was up on their feet. It wasn't like, okay, bad name's being done, everyone sits down. It's constantly, everyone was on the feet. So I'd say, to be honest, I would say Wembley was up there, but then Palladium show was incredible for me, because it was so different, like so different. Obviously it was dead into me.
You know, like the Palladium show, I'm trying to think back to when, because I know you sent me a link to the album. It sort of got like released, didn't it? Or like sort of it sort of come out before it was officially released.
Yeah.
But you didn't listen to it, did you?
No.
So did you go to that Palladium show not knowing any songs?
No.
Oh, man.
That's a lie, sorry. I remember they done like the Broadway show, and then they done somewhere else, I can't remember where, and I kind of got up, but I don't have Facebook, so I couldn't, a lot of the links were Facebook, so I couldn't log in or anything. So I seen some songs I'd catch, and then the stream would end on like Periscope or Instagram or whatever. So I remember coming, like I woke up and the first stream I found was Roller Coaster, so it was obviously the 6th song in, and it was just like quite up tempo. I was like, oh, that's decent. And then I heard a couple more, and then Devils in the Temple, like live, like oh my god, I hadn't heard nothing like this from Bon Jovi for ages. but it wasn't enough to remember the songs, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think I maybe heard the likes of Labour of Love, I think, because they got released before. So I remember saying I listen to the singles that get released, but I won't listen to like the album in full. So I think I heard obviously This House and Labour of Love, maybe Knockout once or twice, but I hated it. I remember being so disappointed with it. But I hadn't heard really anything else, and yeah, the Palladium show was just so different. I mean, the album that they brought out for the Palladium show just doesn't do it any justice, because Thierry recorded it, and thankfully I've got that where he does this. I listen to that more than that one, but he does this like where he's speaking throughout, and I'm like, why again? You know, that's another great part. They added that out. You know, the storytelling part. It's so different to keep that in. So yeah, they're probably my top three. Them shows. I loved 2008 where I got Diamond Ring Always. What else did I get? Dry County at the time, which was quite rare. Got quite a few rarities of that show. 2013 with Lizzie when I went to Manchester, we got Garage Land Always. These Days, I think, which was That's What the Water Made Me. I love. That's an opener. Just loved it. I love that song anyway.
That song, yeah,
absolutely love it. I'm gutted that they don't play anymore.
Yeah.
But as I said, I've never seen like what you consider Bon Jovi great show. Yeah, I've never seen Lisbon 2011 an O2 show, or Hard Park 2011. I went to Hard Park 2013, which was a bit of a I had a nightmare at that show. That was a bit Dublin was poor in 2018. I've never seen it. The shows that I thought were going to be great were never Bon Jovi great. Do you know, like for the fans who've seen them all, but for me, my own little bubble de boss. Where does Anfield rank in yours? Because you've seen Bon Jovi at the peak. I've never seen Bon Jovi at the peak.
No.
I've kind of seen them where fans have tailed off, and John was singing songs that were rare and that, but
yeah, I mean, to be fair, Anfield wouldn't be top 10 really
of Bon Jovi shows.
Yeah,
really.
In terms of, let me rephrase that. It wouldn't. It maybe it would be top 10 in terms of it surprised me.
Yeah.
Because I had such low expectations, and I was so made up how it turned out.
Yeah.
And I think for that reason alone, it might nudge itself into maybe a top 10 place somewhere, 9 or 10.
Yeah.
But obviously in terms of song for song and the way it was performed, it would never be anywhere near top 5. But it was more than to me. That gig was more than it was more than just about how the song sounded.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was getting proved wrong, which I was happy to be proved wrong. It was seeing John happy moving about.
Yeah.
Tico still giving his all. Phil just letting it all out there and meeting people, you know what I mean, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That sort of made the gig more than the actual song by song by song. Although they were good,
yeah,
you know what I mean. It was the whole. It was everything combined for me.
I've always said, certainly with Bon Jovi, and I never do for any other band, and it's weird, but I always find the experience of a Bon Jovi show is just totally different. It's weird.
Yeah, it is.
I've been out before a Stereophonic show. Yeah. Been out before an Altabridge show, but there's still not that. I don't know. I can't put it into words, but there's no, as you said, the meeting people and that. We could do that next week and go and see Nickelback or Altabridge or whoever, like a band, but it wouldn't have that same moment that we had at Bon Jovi, which is, it's weird. It's quite strange. And as I said, I went to Stereophonics with Ollie and Carly. Totally different when we went to see Bon Jovi. Yeah. I went to see Bon Jovi in 2018 with them, but even this was totally different. As I said, I wish you met Ollie and Carly, because they're like.
Well, hopefully, if they tour again, then we can all get together.
But that's one thing. As I said, that's one thing which, again, if it doesn't show, one thing I would do different is the experience of the shows, because I wouldn't go and queue up anymore. I'd never do it again. Yeah, I would sooner just go to a pub. Yeah. Go for after Dublin Night 2, because long story short, we went the wrong way, kind of on purpose. And in the end, we were there was arguments between people and that, and Ollie just out the blue goes, let's go for a curry. And that was one of the best nights we've ever had, because we were all just sat there, we forgot about what had happened, we just had a good laugh. And I thought, you know what, this is part of that experience of the Bon Jovi, this is why I've paid so much to go and see them. And I think rather than queuing up from 10 o'clock in the morning, not knowing what to do. The merchandise store doesn't open till like 4, so like that's kind of part of your experience. I know Anfield back to front. I don't need to go and walk around it like some other people might have done.
Yeah.
It just didn't appeal to me, that, and I'm disappointed because I always wanted to be part of that. I say I'm disappointed, I'm kind of glad because I know I'll get a better experience, as I said, if we go for a pint or go for a curry or we do something else, do you know what I mean? We can make a full day of it rather than just staying outside the turnstile.
Yeah, no, you're right. And I think really like the take home for me from the Anfield gig was no one come away from it disappointed.
No.
You know what I mean? Everyone was like made up, and it like there was not. I mean, you could see on people's faces, everyone was beaming. They were happy, and like there was no like shitty comments or I wish he played this or what about that. Everyone was just happy to be there.
What did you think of the crowd? Because the reason I say it, Ollie and Carly done a curry and went for a drink before the show. They didn't want to queue up, so they were at the back of the gold circle, which, as I said, I preferred at night too, and I preferred at Wembley. And out the shows, they said that Anfield was the best, and I think because, as I said, because we were so close, we didn't really look around at anyone else. We were kind of looking at each other or looking at the band. We didn't really take it in. That's one gripe, because I might never see them at Anfield again. That's kind of one thing I've took away, going, wish I'd done that.
Yeah.
But Ollie said, meet the crowd. He said he knew every word to every song. He said he didn't sit down. He said even, you know, like the Beatles at the back, like the Twist and Shout went quite well for them at the back. He said, but crowd-wise, he said that was the best out of the 5 shows that he went to, because he went to Coventry and Carly. They both went to Coventry, and they said Anfield as a crowd.
Yeah, I mean, I thought there was a good vibe in the crowd. You know what I mean? Like there was no like I spoke about earlier. There was no like lull moments where you could hear people nattering and like, you know, people were like sitting down or on the phone or something. There was none of that. It was pretty much everyone was up on the feet.
That proves. Do you know what I've always noticed? John obviously does this whole get up out of your seats, and obviously he can't even shout that anymore, but whatever he done seemed to work at every single show, because Dublin night 1 was the same. Everyone kind of stayed up, and I was like, oh, this is weird, this, like, when do people ever stay up for the whole show? Manchester 2018, I was the only one stood up in my whole block.
Wow.
And like a proper done me head in, because they played Bad Name obviously second. Everyone sat down. I was like, what is going on here? But it didn't seem like that on this show, and I don't know what it was.
So I think maybe the gap, maybe the fact they've not been in the UK for a while.
Possibly,
You know, because even going back to these days, I saw them obviously at Wembley on the first leg of These Days tour, and I saw them again on the second leg at what was Main Road, Man City's old ground.
Was that the one you wasn't too keen on?
Well, no, I enjoyed the gig, but I remember like, what song was it? I think it was Something to Believe In. And I was in like the seats, I was like stood up, but I was in the seat section, and John was trying to like get people to sing back the lyric, like, you know, and no one was interested. Honestly, people literally sat down, and it was like I said, the lull, people on the phone, or they were looking at the watch, or they were talking, and John like tried for a good like 2 or 3 minutes to get them to bite, and they wouldn't, and in the end he gave up. And I thought, that's these days, that's like the band at the peak, almost.
I also wonder if it's because John barely stood at the mic, so even in 2013, he was quite energetic, but a lot of the time I remember his acoustic guitar was always out, and once he gets that out, you kind of go, he's just, because he's not a good guitar, he's not a fantastic guitar, but he hasn't got a good guitar presence at all, has he? May as well have Shanks playing lead, but he was not really on his guitar much, and he was just literally, even if he was just walking, you kind of, he didn't stay in the same spot. And I wonder if that just got the crowd like, at least the energy. I don't know, it could be just guessing, but there was just something different at these shows. Where I was just looking around, I was going, fucking hell, like 90,000 people are up here, like at Wembley. I've never, you can play this at 40,000 down in Manchester, and they're all sat down. It's weird.
Yeah, there was a good energy about the shows, and I don't know whether it was the fact he'd not been in the UK for a while, or whether John was just in such a good mood and the crowd fed off that. I don't know. Before
we wrap up, just in case, do you want to play a couple more guitars? Because just in case it didn't work before, people want to buy, you might have a guitar. So I tell you what, I've guessed them before. So should we say do 15-20 seconds of a song?
Of a song?
Like 5, say 5 songs, even if you do the same as before, if it doesn't work, and then people have got to guess what they are. They got a comment or.
Alright, so
That's number one. But that was the one I got stuck on before though, wasn't it?
I think I played the other, like, I played the,
Ah, yeah, that's right, yeah.
Can't recall. The obvious one, it's got to be played though,
Go on, yeah, because it blew me away before.
No. One I didn't play before.
Okay.
I'm trying to think how it goes now.
wish I could play guitar, you know.
Do you know what, it's hard when you're on the spot to try and like think of something and then like, yeah.
I wish I could play guitar.
Well, you just give it a go.
No, I should. As I said, when my mum and dad bought me, I really should have. I don't even know, I think I just got rid of it.
Have you not got a guitar at all? Have you just got rid of it?
Yeah. To be honest, I can't remember getting rid of it. I don't know if it was just literally stored away somewhere.
What was it, acoustic or electric or?
No, electric, yeah. It wasn't great. Like, it wasn't, you know, like, I couldn't even tell you the name of it. I don't think my mum and dad paid a great amount. But it had like a little lamp, and as I said, I used to play stuff on my own, thinking it was fantastic.
Yeah.
But I couldn't tell you, I said, I'd love to, like, when you watch someone doing it, you just can't think, God, I'd love to.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to begin with, but if you can just get past the first couple of weeks where it's a bit boring, it's like you want to play something that you recognise, you know what I mean? And when you're just learning like notes or chords or, it's like a lot of people just give up and go, oh fuck it, it's boring now. But get past that little like beginning stage and then you start like listening and hearing things that you recognise, that's when the fun starts. Yeah, definitely.
Well, what we'll do, we'll wrap this up now, because we haven't even ordered food, have we?
No. Wow.
Yeah. So again, as I said, hopefully before we've done this second part, we did do God knows how long.
At least an hour.
And I said, I just covered, we spoke about Anfield, we said we enjoyed it, we spoke about how we enjoyed the shows, how we're going to see them again. Obviously we spoke about the negatives, but I suppose for some people if we don't, then it's probably a good thing. Spoke about obviously Backstage to Robbie Williams and Bon Jovi, how they wouldn't have to do anything different, and I would like to see more behind the scenes stuff. Done the guitar stuff. I think we covered.
I think so, yeah.
Pretty much everything there. The only good thing we can take obviously is we'd see them again.
Yeah, definitely.
When, as I said, 4 months ago, we were up in the air with it, so yeah, fingers crossed that. we actually do get to see them
I
again.
just hope that the new album comes out and it is different, it's something that we've not heard before maybe, and you know, I think from the mistake I made last tour where there was only one gig, I booked multiple shows, I think, and but not listen to any YouTube clips or really take on what other people say, just go there with an open mind and then just live it and experience it.
Exactly, that's it, part of it's the experience, so shows are a bonus, I've noticed. So listen, we'll wrap this up, we'll put this out hopefully either now or tomorrow or whatever, and hopefully people like it. Cheers for coming down.
Yeah, no worries.